This is going to be a video showing off some of the rifle collection, doing a little different format from what I typically do. Most of these are my first, whatever platform they are. This one is my AR-10. It's an M&P 10 by Smith & Wesson. Went ahead and put an Odin Works the O2 light handguard on there. I love the way it looks, the way it feels, and it's super light. 18-inch barrel. Nikon precision scope. It's about 250, something along those lines. Went ahead and went with the M223 solid mount. I think it looks better. X Products 50 round drum, so it's 50 rounds of 308. Went ahead and installed, I'm not sure if you can see that on there or not, CMC 3.5 pound trigger. Most of my ARs have that 3.5 pound trigger. I like to put them at about 3.5 pounds for all of my handguns, rifles as well. Love the way this feels, love the way it shoots, and it's just a solid rifle. Only regret is that I don't get to go out and shoot it more than what I do. But it is expensive. I don't have anywhere to really have this reach its full potential. Definitely want to go hunting with this before the end of the year. I'm gonna go shoot and hunt something before the end of the year, regardless of which rifle it is with. All right, next one is going to be AR-15, the little brother of the AR-10. This is the M&P 15. 5.56-223, same Olight handrail. This one's the 12.5 inch. Thinking back, I would have rather gone with the 15 inch, but this was my first AR-15, first build. Went ahead and put this vertical grip on here recently, just for the sake of stability. I'm considering taking off the scope and putting a red dot, but I'm not positive yet. I just don't have a place to shoot anywhere more than 100 yards, and it gets boring after a bit, so I'm thinking of doing something different. Also 50 round drum, 5.56. These also work for the 300 blackout, which I have on my AR pistol. I have a video of that, I believe. It also holds 50 rounds of 300 blackout. Same 3.5 pound CMC trigger. Same buttstock on both of them. CTR. I got the one that lost just because it gives it that extra sturdiness once you lock it in. No wiggle, no flex. I went with the MB charging handles simply because I'm left-handed. The AR-10 does not have one. I do not want to pay $100 for a Raptor. Just not worth $100 to me. But later, if I found one that functions just as well, I'll go ahead and grab one out there for it. But this one is fun to shoot. Because I've got more rounds through this than any other rifle, it shoots really smooth. Love the way it shoots. Everything about it, it's broken in to that point where it's at its prime, at its peak. Very accurate with it. I, again, don't shoot too much as far as distances, but when I do, it is fun, it is accurate. Next one on here is surprisingly accurate because I'd always heard things, rumors, after a while you start believing them. This is my first AK. I did a lot of reviews, one in mid-range as far as pricing goes, because when you're new to something, you don't want to go off the deep end, overpay, pay $2,000 for something you find out later really wasn't worth it. And at the same time, I didn't want to go super cheap because although a lot of things have value, sometimes ahead of time if items fluctuate about price range within $100, $200 at a given range. If you pay half of that, you're either getting a great deal or you're getting a piece of crap. So I went with this one. This was my pre-election panic buy. Did know I wanted an AK, thought I might not be able to get one. Went out and bought one with the funds that I had. Went with this one. Got a great deal, had a price match, so it worked out all right. Thinking of changing up the wood for certain, but I do like wood. I'm not a fan of polymer on AK-47s. Went ahead and added the 75 round drum. These extended charging assist devices are awesome. Not sure if you can see that or if it picks it up well on camera or not, but they make a world of difference to me when it comes to charging. I did want to put an optic on this because I didn't anticipate using it for long range. Typically shoot it at 25-50 yards. Very, very accurate. This is the Spark 2 by Vortex. And I'm surprised at how accurate I can shoot with this from day one. I didn't have any issues. Barely had to really sight it in. Took just a couple of shots. It's on. I've taken it back and forth. I did try taking it off because I heard this mount would retain the 0. This is the Red Army standard. It really does. I've taken it off like 2-3 times originally just to test it out. I'd go shoot at the range, hit really good groups, come back, take it off. When I went back out to the range a few days later, I put it back on, shot again without adjusting anything. And to this day, it's held 0. I've stopped taking it off since then because I figured, hey, it's proven that it can hold 0. No need to continue doing that every single time. But this setup, I love it because it's real nice and sleek. Not like the other ones that looked all old school, tactical. They reminded me of when people used to like the quad rails, just very aggressive looking. This is real slim, real simple. Doesn't really snag, surprisingly, on anything when I carry it around. But this is a very fun to shoot gun. I do like the 7.62x39 caliber. It's because of that caliber that I decided to go and get an AR-10 and 308. I realized I do like shooting at large rounds as opposed to smaller calibers. Here is the baby of the M&P family. This is the M&P 22. I do have the M&P 1522 pistol variant. It's hard to find, but I bought it just because I thought it looked cool. It is fun to shoot. Again, it's just not practical for anything, but a lot of things aren't. Doesn't make them any less fun. Like cool flip-up sights, Bushnell. This is a $400 rifle, give or take a few dollars. Went ahead and put that CMC trigger. You can pick those up now for about $150, maybe less. You get them on special. When I bought them, it was before they started going down in price. So I bought like, I want to say I paid about $180 for it. The ones I bought after that have been about $130 to $150 price range. Holds 25 rounds. Went with the vertical grip on this one as well. I like the way this felt so much, I decided to get that on my 5.56. Minimalist stock, just because this gun is really lightweight. I didn't want to add weight to it. This forward, the vertical grip is really the only thing, and I think it's worth it. The grip, the stability, you're able to maneuver it a little bit quicker. Again, you could do that holding it by the forend, but this just feels more comfortable. Went ahead and kept the original grip on there just because, again, the whole thing is slim, it's light. This is slim, it's light, and it doesn't bother me. It fits my hand perfectly. Some people can't stand them, it doesn't bother me. I usually get it just because I want it to be just a little bit more comfortable, not because of necessity. This is the Henry rifle. This one is chambered in 30-30. It's my first lever action. Lever sounds more fun. And it is stock. Didn't do anything to it, don't want to do anything to it. Do not plan on mounting a scope. Things could change, but I don't plan on it. I mean, I've said that about a lot of things. I plan on getting 3 firearms altogether. I have more than 3. This one does come with the engravings. I did want it to be the Well Left edition. Not sure if it's focusing on that. You pay an average of $250 more for the engraved version over the basic brass version. I think it's worth it if you're gonna keep it. If I take this out and it gets scratched, I don't care, it's my gun, I'm gonna keep it. And if someone else scratches it, that'll piss me off. Any of my guns, if they get scratched by someone else, it'll bother me. If I do it, I don't care. Again, I'm one of those guys that just thinks it adds character. You know, I'd love for my children to look at these guns, maybe go shooting with them, see them about 10, 15 years down the road, and have a nice worn look to it. Good condition, just worn. A couple of dings here and there. That one, the finish on this wood is really nice. Very smooth, almost doesn't feel like wood, it's so smooth. Other rifle is this Mosin Nagant. just did a video on it, pretty short. All my videos are relatively short. I don't like certain videos that go on for quite a bit when they're not being informative or providing anything. Mine don't provide much information, so no need to make them long. This has a really nice finish on it. Well, nice for what it is, the way I wanted it to look. I didn't want this to look like a brand new rifle that just rolled off the assembly line. It's just not what this rifle is. I also didn't want it to look like crap, like it's been in somebody's garage collecting dust, molding and rotting or anything like that either. This looks like it's been used since it was made. I'm sure it's been used a bit, but not nearly the way I feel most guns should. Anyway, it surprisingly has a nice trigger. I know a lot of people complain about it. I prefer feeling that rolling break than something like the wall. A lot of people like. I have one pistol that's like that. You hit the glass wall, it breaks right after. It's fine, but I feel more comfortable for accuracy with a rolling break myself. This I feel provides that. And I hadn't taken it out to shoot simply because I was waiting on this bayonet. I ordered that on eBay. It was proving difficult to find completed, so I got this completed for about $40. Just under it, had free shipping, so it wasn't too bad at all. And I think it looks awesome, and love the fact that they're functional. I would have been disappointed if it would have been just some cheap, it's gonna fit and fold type of gimmicky bayonet. This is legit. I mean, you could throw this, launch it like a spear spike, stab someone if you really wanted to. But I do think this is a really, really nice rifle. Accuracy is okay. It's not one that wowed me. You can hit what you're aiming at. I doubt you're gonna be shooting anything in real life smaller than, let's just say, a rabbit. Anything above that you should be able to hit, as long as you have some sort of level of competency and hand-eye coordination. But that one, that's my only Milsurp gun. I've recently purchased a Milsurp pistol. It's being Cerakoted. I'm having some work done to it. When I get it back, I'll probably do a video on it. Now these are long guns, but shotguns. I think of long guns, I think rifles. I don't necessarily always think shotgun. This is a budget Maverick 88. I bought this just because I figured I'd dress it up. And it's nice to have some things that are inexpensive should you ever have a need to do something with a rifle that might jeopardize it. Maybe shoot test rounds of some unfamiliar ammo, or maybe take it somewhere where it's less than ideal. You don't want to take your $1,000 Benelli, but you don't mind taking a $200 shotgun. I see videos where people shoot reloaded or loaded up 12 gauge. They typically use one of these or something similar, where if it blows up, it sucks, but you'll cut your losses and won't cry about it. I love that this is really light. It does come, I did get the combo version. I paid $176 plus tax, brand new. This one is still unfired. I have not had an opportunity to go out and shoot it just yet. Weather hasn't been the greatest, and when it did clear up, I've been at work, so there's that. I do hope to go shoot with it, at the very least shoot some trap or something fun. Just, I'm tired of hitting paper. Paper's gotten boring for me now. Looking for just reactive targets at this point. That one does come with an 18.5 inch barrel. I don't have it on there because I have this 18.5 inch. Now I do have this, it's not on the wrong side. I am left-handed, so I do want them on the left side. Plus it's out of my way when I'm aiming, holding it. I don't really say aiming, kind of just do a point and shoot. I've shot this one a few times. Personally, it's an awesome shotgun. Not necessarily one that I would typically go for. I'm not an FPV fan, but this was purchased for me by my son. He was 15 at the time, 16, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. He wanted to buy me something, and he went ahead and bought me a shotgun. How does he buy me a shotgun? He gives me the money and I go buy it. So I was looking into shotguns at the time, and he saw me looking at this one of many I was looking at, and we went to the store. He suggested buying it, and he kept going back to this one. And hey, when someone offers you a free gun, you don't exactly get too picky about it. You're just like, thank you for the shotgun. But I will be keeping all these rifles that I'm showing. I will be keeping, not for sale, never going to be, don't ever plan on getting rid of it. They all mean a little something to me. Whenever you work hard for your money, risk your life for your money, you appreciate things a little bit more, I think. It's like a gift that you just get from someone at random. It's nice, but it's not the same as you sacrificing for it. So I do plan on keeping this shotgun as well as all my rifles. Here is currently what I'm using. I say home defense, but really it's whatever gun I get to first. I have my pistols out. Typically my everyday carry is by my bedside, so I have that as well. It has a light on it if I need to, plus I have a flashlight by the bed. It just depends where I'm at the time. I feel a need to grab one. This is the Mossberg Shockwave. This is the 12 gauge version. I'm not sure if that will come across or not. That is the 12 gauge. Went ahead and put a little mount on here. This is a G&G low profile mount. It's kind of hard to see it in there, especially since all this is black. But it's thin. It's the smallest mount that I can find that will work on this gun well. And look, slick. Went ahead and went with the Surefire light. Now again, I'm right-handed, left-handed, so this is on the right-hand side. It's easy just to be aiming, press with your thumb, turn it off. I have grabbed this in the night about twice, and I'm glad it had the light because I'm not there fumbling around looking for a light switch. I can go straight to where I think the potential threat is. One time I heard the dogs barking. They don't bark just for fun, they bark because someone's here. And went ahead and grabbed the gun. This was the nearest one to me at the time. Turned the light on. And it does have a good spill with the light, so you're not aiming it just dead ahead. I mean, it could be relative or your children or even your dog. You don't want to be aiming guns at them, especially when they're loaded. Right now I do have the mini shell adapter. This one does have mini shell in there, so this one is loaded. Again, this is my current home defense, so it is on safe. I'm not gonna toy with this one too much. People cry about things like that. If you're online, you're not gonna get hurt. But this one I do typically have under my bed or by the door. Again, it just depends on the day and what I'm doing at that time. Right now I have slugs in it. I did have birdshot, but it wasn't for home defense at the time. It was just I wanted to shoot birdshot with to see how that worked out. That's it for the 2018 rifle collection video. I will be picking up that 4570 before the end of the year. That's it for rifles, at least for 2018. I think next video I might do will be a pro and con comparison type video on these two for my trunk gun. Still not sure which one to use. Do use 9mm, it's nice to have 9mm, but 300 Blackout is fun. It is a lot more powerful, and of course 50 rounds as opposed to 33. You know, little things like that. We'll see. I'm still not decided, but again, that's for the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.